It's just again reporting for Future Talks. First off, let me start by congratulating Barcelona on their victory against Real Madrid on the Super Cup final that was played 2 days ago. Well, that game was clearly the decisive game for Xabi Alonso's career as a manager of Real Madrid. At Bayer Leverkusen, he had a clear vision on how he expects football to be played, which he implemented with the teams and the players he got at Bayer Leverkusen. But it was very shocking, or it is very shocking, that he came to Real Madrid where he had supposedly more quality players and it couldn't work out for him. Why? I don't know. Probably ego, egos of the players, ego of the coach, or whatever. But that game against Barcelona, I personally feel he was looking for the sack. Yes, I feel Ancelotti was actually searching for a way that he would get sacked because that game was one of Vinicius' best games of the season so far. It was a constant threat all through that game. It was very, very hard to handle, tough to handle, or for the Barcelona defenders. He got a goal. He was still making pressures, and surprisingly, it was solved off for no other person than Ceballos, who I find it very funny how Ceballos still manages to be in the Real Madrid squad. I don't know if it's a Spanish hierarchy or whatever going and playing that team, but it is shocking that a player like Ceballos has been in the Real Madrid squad for years now. He was sent on loan to Arsenal and came back. If a player like Martin Odegaard could be sent on loan to Arsenal and Madrid didn't see it fit to call him back, but called back Ceballos, that is something that should be looked into. But that aside, the substitutions Xabi Alonso made in that game was very, very confusing, and I couldn't understand why. Like taking off Valverde and bringing in Adagula. I'm not Gula is a wonderful player, but Valverde was playing in the right back position on that game. So to see him being substituted out and bringing Gula in was a very confusing game, and that was the beginning of this downfall in that game. Because at that point it was 2-2. So another crazy substitution which he made was taking off Jim Olsen, who was the best centre back for me in that game for Real Madrid. It was the better centre back. Asensio was just the Pepe kind of defender. Pepe is an standard defender, but in that game, Asensio was just all out for blood, kicking, sliding, unnecessary fouls, and all that. It was left in the game, even while it was on a yellow card. Alonso substituted Dean Ersin, who was not on a yellow card, and left Asensio in the game, bringing in Alaba. Alaba is past his prime. He's old. He doesn't even have the legs to go anymore. The substitutions from Alonso was just disastrous, and that was what cost Real Madrid the game. Congratulations to Barca. Congratulations to Hansi Flick, who has still continued doing his amazing job with the Barcelona squad. It's just showing how much of an amazing manager he is. If not for our Bayern Munich are playing right now with Vincent Company, I would still stick to my words that the sacking of Hansi Flick on Bayern Munich was a very, very wrong sacking. But that's just by the side. Congratulations to Barcelona on defeating Real Madrid on back-to-back Super Cup finals. That is an amazing feat. And there was an outstanding celebrations from the Gen Z boys, the Alex Bade, Lamine Yamal, and some other of the squad, which was very funny. The dance and all that. Man, more pepper to the eyes of Papa Perez, the president of Real Madrid. But that's just how it is. Congratulations to Barcelona. And right now, Alonso has been sacked by Real Madrid and have signed a new manager, a former player, Alvaro Arbeloa, who was a good player during his time. I have not really followed to see how if he has been a coach before from the previous jobs. I don't know if he has managed any other teams, but right now he's the current Real Madrid manager. Another chapter, so early, so early. We now can tell how this is going to go. The La Liga race is still on, so fingers crossed. We'll be back reporting every game. Thank you, everybody. Just peace and love out for Footy Talks.